Good morning, I'm Connor James. The time is about 8:34 and today is Sunday, July 14th. Well, Barry made landfall in Louisiana yesterday as a hurricane, but soon reverted back to being a tropical storm. The National Hurricane Center says dangerous storm surges, heavy rains, and wind conditions continue across the north central Gulf Coast. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards says 10 to 15 inches of rain is expected, with pockets of higher amounts. The rain presents a test of the flood prevention systems New Orleans built after Hurricane Katrina 14 years ago.
Rainfall remains the primary hazard. The vast majority of the rain that's falling right now is falling in the Gulf. That will soon change as the storm continues to move north.
Barry made landfall near Morgan City, about 50 miles south of Baton Rouge. Heavy rains have also lashed coastal parts of Alabama and Mississippi. And you could be seeing higher gas prices thanks to Barry. Rising oil prices have been causing the national average price of gas to increase in recent weeks. But the storm could cause some of the country's major gasoline refineries to shut down and drive prices even higher. There could also be supply problems. Now let's check in with meteorologist Kelly McShane for a look at your forecast this morning. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Connor, and good morning to all of you tuning in this morning. Overall, we're seeing some partly cloudy skies throughout the region. A little bit more clouds here in Perry County, but other places seeing that full-on sunshine this morning. So it just depends on your location. But overall, we're seeing a few clouds pass through the region and a few sprinkles into Tennessee. But overall, most of us starting off dry and most of us starting off pretty sunny as well. And those temperatures already warming up into the mid-70s for some of us, and some of us still into those upper 60s to lower 70s this morning. But we're going to warm up into those upper 80s by the time we get to this afternoon. Going to be a pretty typical summer day here in the mountains with an isolated rain chance this morning as well as this afternoon. So any outdoor plans, you should be good to go, but just be sure to keep your eyes to the sky. I'll have that full forecast in just a little bit, Connor.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Well, police say 87-year-old Paul Mathis was arrested for indecent exposure. He is accused of exposing himself to a woman and her daughter in the Middlesboro Mall Friday afternoon. He was taken to the Bell County Detention Center. The fourth annual Hoops for Hope tipped off Saturday morning. Teams from multiple states laced up their shoes for the basketball tournament in Louisa. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher was there to learn why it is about more than the game.
Sports are known to bring people together.
Rise Above's mission is together making things better.
And that is what the Hoops for Hope basketball tournament in Lawrence County is aimed to do.
And this tournament brings all kinds of different families, individuals, businesses, politicians. Everybody comes together
while raising money to renovate a nearby park,
giving toward a greater cause, which is making this place a nicer place to play.
The tournament began 4 years ago.
Me and a few other guys that kind of started this thing had suffered from addiction,
using their troubled past as a springboard to do something,
and decided to become part of the solution and not part of the problem anymore.
Hoping to help the community.
What Matt and what the foundation has done is they've completely turned this park around.
Bringing guys like Justin Ponton from West Virginia to Louisa each year.
We love family, we love community, so this is the perfect event for that.
Creating a safe place for families to make memories.
Yeah, without a doubt, I bring my family out here every single year.
And a little bit of cash for the champions.
This year we're giving away $3,000 to the winning team.
In Lawrence County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
The tournament continues today at the Louisa Park near the city pool. A back-to-school bash was held in downtown Hazard yesterday. Hundreds of people came out to get free items they may need. From backpacks to clothing and even haircuts, there was something for everyone. The event is put on by volunteers with Faith Baptist Church out of Georgia. All the supplies gathered were from people within their church. They also had plenty of winter clothing for both kids and adults.
But in a couple months, it won't be warm anymore, and they'll be needing those winter items. And a lot of household stuff, so they can have bedding or curtains or showers, stuff, whatever.
Volunteers also fed people. On top of that, they had a shower station set up in case any homeless people needed a shower. This is the event's third year. A Lexington organization says they are prepared for any fallout from the immigration raids. The Community Response Coalition helps families of people who have been arrested or deported. The social work organization says they're always ready to help families left behind. Since launching last year, the program's director says they've already helped a number of families.
Emergency response is our average day. So we're cautiously optimistic that the raids will hopefully not reach us right away, but we don't know, and we're set up for the eventuality that it might be. We have our volunteers ready to go, phone activated, all the materials we need, and we can help.
Lexington is not expected to be one of the cities targeted in the raids. However, in other parts of the country, dozens of loud and angry protests over President Trump's decision to start immigration raids. The sweeps are expected to target about 2,000 people who a judge has already ordered to be deported. Carter Evans is in Los Angeles.
I'm here because President Trump has said ICE will attack thousands of families separating children from parents.
Passionate protesters today in Chicago joined those in cities around the nation.
ICE has got to go!
Fighting back against planned deportation raids set to begin Sunday. In Oakland, California, Naomi Islas is worried her family could be targeted.
Maybe one day I'll go home and my parents aren't going to be there.
Throughout the country, undocumented immigrants like Gerson Quinteros are on edge.
I feel like scared every day. I don't know what to do, but I know that with my community, I'm in strength.
They came in illegally. They have to go out.
The president confirmed Friday ICE agents will be focusing on immigrants with removal orders in at least 10 cities.
They're going to take people out and they're going to bring them back to their countries, or they're going to take criminals out, put them in prison, or put them in prison in the countries they came from.
While large-scale deportation actions are not uncommon, most don't receive this kind of publicity. And this one is getting pushback from cities with large immigration populations like San Francisco.
Everyone is guaranteed certain rights under the Constitution, whether they are in this country illegally or not.
In Los Angeles, Sheriff Alex Villanueva has advice for immigrant families.
Keep your doors shut and ask for a search warrant. And if they don't have it, well, then don't open the door.
Officials in Los Angeles estimate there could be up to 1 million undocumented immigrants in this county alone. And authorities here have said they will not help federal agents with any immigration arrests. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Now to New York. A large power outage has been reported throughout the Midtown and Upper Manhattan area. There were no working streetlights in those affected sections of the city. A manhole fire reportedly impacted a transmission line. The power outage happened around 7 p.m. yesterday. More than 40,000 people were without power at the height of the outage. And police in Florida are looking for the person caught on camera attacking a senior citizen over a private parking spot. The owner of the Shoreview Condo Hotel says a man in a red shirt parked in a private spot. When he was asked to move, he said he wouldn't, and that he was smoking.
Smoking a joint, and he told me that because I was so nice to him, he would go ahead and leave, but after he finished his joint. So I told him, you can't smoke because I got a hotel full of people and kids here. The smell is everywhere. You can't do that.
The man then attacked, punching the older gentleman, leaving him bruised. And R. Kelly will spend at least the weekend in a jail, if not more, after being hit. The singer was arrested in Chicago this week while walking his dog and now faces more than a dozen additional charges, including child pornography. Kelly will not be arraigned until Tuesday in Chicago. A spokesperson from the Eastern District says Kelly will likely be extradited to New York in the next 2 weeks to face charges. Kelly maintains he's innocent. And a Massachusetts man is out of prison after 35 years thanks to new DNA evidence. Gary Cifazari was convicted of a 1984 rape and murder of an elderly woman, but a new analysis of semen and saliva found on the victim has conclusively excluded him. Rondella Richardson has the story.
He will be released today. I understand there is a GPS device available for him.
New England Innocence Project lawyers say Gary Cifazari's lack of emotion was to be expected because he knew he was innocent the entire 35 years he spent behind bars for life.
He was 27 when he was convicted of this crime.
All right. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Feel great.
Gary Cifazari walked out of Worcester Superior Court wanting to visit his mother's grave. He was with her the night of the 1979 murder. She was his alibi. He was convicted of the murder of his own great aunt, Conchetta Schiappia. A box of evidence originally thought to be lost was recently tested for his DNA and didn't match.
And those items include the victim's bathrobe, a mop handle that was allegedly used to sexually assault the victim, and a change purse that was found in a neighbor's yard.
Bite marks on the victim thought to identify the Taunton man as a suspect turned out to be unreliable forensics.
Dr. Souveron testified originally that there was a match. Now he says, I take it back.
Mr. Cifazari should never have been targeted as a suspect in this case. The confession of his brother that triggered the police interest was a confession that was drawn from a deeply mentally ill person.
A cousin named Anthony was in court.
Are you relieved, though?
Absolutely.
Massachusetts prosecutors have yet to decide whether they will try the case against him again. Until then, he'll reside in Boston area program for adults with disabilities, and he'll have to wear a GPS monitor. Well, coming up on Mountain News this morning, we will have tips for you on how to keep it simple with your money this summer.
And you can expect a mixture of sun and clouds, but what about those rain chances? I'll break down the forecast for the week coming up next.